Good morning. Hello, my name is Trevor Russell. I live in Australia. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here. I work in my day job, in my day business as a business consultant, sales and marketing coach, advisor, speaker, and I run a series of business events as the sales manager and co-promoter. So as you can, and a pretty good guy apparently, I hope so. So as you can imagine, I live a very busy and active life. And for those of you who may have seen some of my other videos on my journey of understanding the whole world of TMS and what our body does, I'm here today to talk to you about what I am learning and continually understanding more about this whole what we can do to help eliminate or even reduce or eliminate our neck and back pain. So thank you for checking in. And firstly, I would like to say thank you to everyone who has made comments about the videos that I've done over the last few years around what we can do to either reduce or eliminate our neck, back, arm, body pain altogether. And I've got some fresh information, well, fresh for me that is, that I'd like to share with you in this quick video about what you could do to help you reduce or even fix and eliminate your body pain through the understanding of the great work that, I've got some notes here, excuse me, understanding the great work that John E Sarno, the late John E Sarno, came up with, if we call it that, and wrote the book as one of his books, Healing Your Back Pain by Understanding the Mind-Body Connection. And as he has termed this, which is tension myositis syndrome. So thanks for checking in. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to do is, for those of you who have seen my videos and have made comments below, I do want to say thank you so much for the great feedback and responses. Clearly, this whole world of body pain and what we're dealing with in the world is extremely important to people, and seeing what the understanding and realization of what people are learning around what TMS is and how their body could be doing the TMS dance, as I like to call it, and that their pain could be attributed to a mind-body connection as opposed to a physical condition. And if we were just to touch on that very quickly, and for me to also just put an addendum, I am not a therapist, I'm not an expert in body pain or structure, but I do find it very interesting looking at the videos here, all the videos on treating neck and back pain with physical treatment. And for those of you who are physical treatment practitioners, I say respectfully, great work, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that greatly benefit from physical treatment, and I do have a belief around that myself, around how it can help from a mental position, but we'll chat more about that. But what I want to share with you and give you an update on this is that my journey, and I know for a lot of you that have commented and the thousands of other videos that I've seen, has nothing to do with physical treatment. It is the treatment of the mind. So we'll dive into that in a moment. So thank you everyone for the dialogue, the feedback, and I've seen there's been a little bit of back and forth communication there around what some people want to comment on in relation to maybe their disbelief on TMS or not understanding TMS. And all I want to say from me to all of you watching this video, whether you believe it, exploring it, got benefit from it, don't understand it, I think the world that we live in is about wanting to be able to take on whatever it is that you want to take on. And if whatever you are doing to help you get from wherever you want to go, however that looks, if you get there and you get there in a good, positive, healthy, productive way, good luck to you. This is just my personal experience. This is just my personal journey. This is just my personal learning as to what has really helped me really be able to better manage physical pain and live a happier, more robust life by doing things a little differently to what the system, I think, really dictates out there. And as we all know, or most of us know, or many of us know, a lot of what the system does might not necessarily be the best thing for us, because the system likes to take care of the system. So that's not for this video, but I'm going to share with you what my personal journey is and an update on some things that I've learnt very recently, in addition to the other things that you may know about TMS, and I'm going to give you a refresher on it if you'd like to know that, as to what TMS is and how you can help reduce your physical pain or eliminate it altogether, and some new learnings and realizations that I've gotten that's helping me get through an experience that I've recently had where I actually have gotten a bit of shoulder pain. And if you see my eye here, I got a bit of a sty infection, I think, which I think is, well, I truly believe it is all part of that whole mind-body connection. So let's get into it. Okay. Firstly, I want to just reiterate again, I'm no expert. I'm just sharing my personal experience, my personal opinion on what I've learned over the years around eliminating a lot of physical pain, or when I've had physical pain, what I've done to get through it very quickly without having to go get things cut out and endless amounts of physical treatment, because my personal journey is what I discovered through doing an assessment is that I am a classic candidate for someone who does TMS. In other words, for those of you who do know what TMS is, you'll understand what I mean by that. Or for those of you who don't, what TMS is in my kind of limited language, is, as John Sarno termed, it is what some of us do in our brain, and our brain does by the type of people that we are. So why would we have, say, two people that both might have a normal indiscrepancy or a normal abnormality, as Dr. John E Sarno states, where you might have a little spur or a bulging disc or whatever it is, a bit of curvature of the spine, and two people, one has pain, one doesn't. So why could one have pain? Well, for me, what I realized is I could have pain because I'm a high achiever, I am a perfectionist, I care about what other people think, I want to get things right, and I also I'm just checking my notes here, can be sensitive, and can also have, for me, repressed anger or repressed emotion. Doesn't mean you have to be an angry person, but this is the part that I want to touch on today that has been a real refreshing learning for me around some things about repressed emotions and childhood trauma, which I want to share with you, which could be a further assistance to you, which is why I'm doing this video, to help you reduce or eliminate your neck and back pain and live a happier, more healthier, free of pain, robust life, which I'll come back to. But before that, the other thing that could be contributing to us experiencing physical neck pain could be, as we say, that person gives me a pain in the neck, which can come down to the boundaries we're not setting with people, or relationships that are not working for us and we're staying in them. Now, I'm not here to say I'm a relationship coach or someone that is going to tell you what to do in business or in a personal relationship. But for me, and this is part of my story today, is having a look at what is it that could be creating physical pain because of a relationship issue. Very interesting. And also guilt. Some people, as I see around me, that have a lot of sickness and physical pain, is they've got some mess to clean up. What do I mean? They owe money, they need to have straight conversations with people to clean the mess up. Things that they've created and that they need to be responsible for, so they need to clean that up. But if they're not cleaning it up or attending to it, they're dealing with guilt, okay? And that is something that I'm seeing can also contribute to physical pain in the body. Again, that's just my personal opinion. So it's a quick debrief. What is TMS? In other words, what is it that what is it our brain does to create physical pain in our body that has nothing to do with us having a slip disc or a bulging disc or a spur or a curvature of the spine? It is to do with the mental aspect. In other words, how do we conduct ourselves as who are we being? Are we being perfectionists? Are we concerned about what other people think? Are we sensitive? Are we wanting to make sure that we get everything extremely right? Do we want to make sure that everything has to be done to the letter, and we push and push and push ourselves because we've got to get it right? Or we could be someone that doesn't set boundaries for ourselves. We let people run us ragged. We're yes people all the time as opposed to taking better care of ourselves. And we could also be someone that is got to clean the mess up, carrying a lot of guilt, and doing things to avoid things that need to be fixed, changed, and improved. Yeah? Okay, so coming back to things that could be of help to you today, and a quick update on an experience that I've gone through, which has opened my mind up to another part of this mind-body connection. So would you like to know what that is? Okay, I'll tell you, of course. So what happened recently for me is, and it's a bit personal, but I'm really wanting to share this information because for me, my whole thing, why I believe that I'm here doing the work that I do in my business, with my clients, is I want people to live better lives. I want people to get better results, whether that's emotional results, financial results, relationship results. That's why I call my business a Results Academy. So my goal is to help you get a better result in your life. Okay? So take what you want from this, leave what you don't, but that's why I do this, and that's why I'm sharing this message, and a little bit personal. So what happened? A few months ago, I met a really nice lady, and we started dating, and I fell in love, and some things came up for both of us that we've realized that it's not going to work for us at this point in our life. Maybe it could in the future, which would be lovely, but at the moment, there's some things for both of us that we need to attend to. However, for me, what happened was, and for her too, was my neck started hurting, my eye got really infected, and I could see that it was bringing up a lot of emotional stuff for me. And so her and I have communicated in a way that we're going to, go and do our lives, and I send her love and compassion, and I hope that she does for me too, and we'll see where that goes in the future. But for me, where I'm at now is, what I realized was, I looked at my relationships. In business, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good in business. But in my love relationships, I've realized that there's some patterns that I run. And I don't have a great deal of time today, and I'm sure you will want to move on fairly quickly from this video, but I've realized that there's some things that I do in love relationships. And a big part of it is I get very scared. I want to make sure that I do the right thing. I don't want to rock the boat. I want to try and be a perfect boyfriend, which is going to create pain, right? The whole perfection thing. So what did I discover? What I discovered is, it's called, I know it's called doing the mental work, but one of the things that I do want to say is, firstly, with TMS is, I would have my recommendation to you, if you are dealing with a lot of physical pain and you're getting treatment and it's not really helping, I'd be looking at doing the mental work. As Barbie replied and commented in one of the comments below, is doing the work, doing the mental work, because that can be very scary, doing the mental work. So, excuse me, I digress. So I decided to go and take a deeper look and really do some introspection work here. And what I discovered is, through TA, transactional analysis, which is a form of counseling therapy, which is understanding the ways that we conduct ourselves in different parts of our life, or in when we're doing different things. Excuse my kind of immature, I don't know the words I'm looking for, but I only have a basic understanding of this, but I'm learning, is we can be the adult, we can be the parent, and we can be the child. And depending on situations and circumstances, we conduct ourselves in different manners, in different ways. So for me, in business, I can be quite good at being the adult. or the nurturing parent, as they say. So I can be very nurturing to my clients, and I can be very professional. Not a great deal of emotion, but let's get the thing done in a process-driven way, in an adult manner. And at times, me being me, I am, a bit of a youthful, kind of fun, crazy guy at times. I hope in a good way. My childlike personality can come out in my work, which I think is a good thing. Keeps youthfulness and fun to it. But in a love relationship, especially if there can be some conflict, I go to the child, the adaptive child, which is scared, don't want to get it wrong, want to do the right thing by my mother, and my father. Now, I'm not here to judge my parents. I have beautiful parents, and they did the best that they could when they had me as a little boy. But the reality is some things happened, nothing dramatic, but my mother love you, Mum, but Mum loved me so much. She wanted to make sure that I did well at school, I did my homework properly, but was raising me in a way how she was raised, because she went to a boarding school, very strict, had to get things perfect. Now, here's little Trevor. He's 6 or 10, and he just wants to play and have fun. And he's got you, Mum, bossy Mum, trying to do the right thing, but very critical and very serious, which really, in a lot of ways, is what can contribute to becoming the adaptive child when we grow up into a relationship and we want to do the right thing by a partner. And if we feel that we're not doing the right thing, we're upsetting our parent, is the way I understand it. And we don't want to do that if you have got a strong parent and you're an adaptive child with feelings and emotions. So where am I going with all of this? This is not a session or a discussion today about me being an expert in TA, because I'm not. But what I've discovered here is that as part of this whole mental and physical pain thing is, for you, as it is, I'm finding out for me, maybe just could be because of some work that you could do in addition to the other things around understanding more about how you conduct yourself as a person in certain situations that could have you become the critical parent or the child that is creating a lot of stress in your body and giving your brain the thing that it does that creates physical pain. Because if you don't know, and you haven't read John Sarno's book, and if you want to do anything to help your physical pain, read a book. It will be very, very helpful to you if you are serious about feeling better, because some people think they want to feel better, but they actually don't really want to feel better, which is a whole other psychological discussion, right? Not for this video. In other words, why are we so attached to our physical pain and we don't really want to get rid of it, even though we say we do. But again, not for this video. So all I'm saying is, as I kind of come to the end of this video is, if you want to reduce or fix or eliminate your physical pain, what is it that you could do to help you? And I'll start with the things that we do know and kind of put my part that I'm now learning on the end part here to help you possibly feel better, if this resonates with you, is to firstly do the mental work. Be willing to have a look at, yes, you may have physical pain in your neck and your shoulders and your arm. Very quickly, the other night, I was traveling for an event. I was in the hotel, my neck was a bit sore, my shoulder aching, could barely lift my arm. So the thing is that I do is I have a chat to my body and my brain. I say, brain, we're okay. We can cope with this. Let the oxygen flow, let it go. Now, I'm not saying that this is the be-all magic snake oil cure, but because my neck is a bit sore at the moment, but it's okay. It's bearable and I know it'll eventually go. Which is another thing that I think physical therapy can do, is if we believe that it's going to help us, very often, sure, the treatment might be okay, but because of the mental belief that it can help us, is what helps us, is the mental part. But that's just my experience. Next morning, shoulder pain gone. No therapy, no treatment, no 48 manipulation sessions, no taping up, nothing, shoulder pain gone. Okay, but that's my experience. So coming to the end, what can we do is firstly to understand that our pain could be mental and not physical. It could be that our brain is doing this to our body to protect us, to do what it does, which is TMS. And We could be the person that is a perfectionist, an A-type personality, want to do a good job, sensitive, concerned about other people to a great degree, could be dealing with stuff that has to be sorted, lack of boundaries. And for me, in this video today, is about what could we need to look at internally that could do with some old trauma or things that we need to possibly look at, take responsibility for, own, and give love and nurture and move through it. And we may just find, as I'm finding, that the pain releases because we're willing, as Barbie said, to do the work. Crack, quick, cut, remove, tablet, I don't believe is doing the work. That's just me. Sure, some treatments ongoing is good. And if you want to get treatments, I feel it's nice to get a massage and a treatment. But I believe that associated with the mental work, in other words, the therapy work, and having good conversations with a TMS therapist specialist. They're all on Google. You can just put specialist in tension myositis syndrome therapy. There's plenty of different practitioners out there. Great work, guys. With your physical work would be one of the things that I would highly recommend to help you reduce and eliminate your pain. And I'll tell you a series of videos that I would invite you to watch on YouTube is by Yaz. Yazlife.com or yaz.life. Yaz does a lot of wonderful videos on educating us on TA, transactional analysis, and the relationship of the parent, the adult, and the child. And wonderful work, Yaz. And I would highly recommend any of you wanting to do introspection work and understand that more is to watch Yaz's videos, which is YAZZ. And wonderful, wonderful videos, Yaz. So in closing, I know I've jumped around a bit and we kind of all up here and came down here, but what can I say in closing? I would like to say that from me to you, I want you to live a happier life, to live pain-free if you really want to. I believe it's possible. I don't believe it's necessarily an easy journey. I've been on this path a number of times where it's been like this, but having this knowledge and having a willingness to believe and have a knowledge that our brain is contributing to our physical pain, and then being willing to do the work to understand what we can do to free ourselves of that pain and do that has been life-changing for me. It has allowed me to live a healthier, active, busy, productive life that I can get to do the work that I love to do, to live the life I want to live. And as part of this work, and I think as part of this maybe pain journey that we go through is, you know, maybe TMS could be, or your physical pain or our physical pain could be our greatest gift, which could be an interesting statement, right? But if we're willing to do the introspection work and willing to take a look at what is it that's going on for us, or who are we being and what are we doing to ourselves consciously and unconsciously that is giving us physical pain, and being willing to go there and understand that in a more in-depth manner and really look at that and do the work could help us clean up so much of our life and live a much better life. So maybe our pain could be a gift, and I know it has been for me in so many ways. And hey, look, in closing, I haven't got all this figured out. I get pain, but if I get it, I'm getting better at dealing with it quickly and moving through it and continuing to live my life and continuing to exercise, and it goes. Because I do the work and I use the tools. That's one thing that I am committed to. But it is the willingness, in closing, I believe, to have the talk conversations and being willing to communicate, which was a big part of Sarno's work, which is the knowledge. Knowing and having the knowledge was a big part of the freedom from pain to healthier, happier, flowing body, free of pain. Okay, so I've jumped around a bit. Thanks so much if you've gotten this part of watch. I really appreciate your time. I hope there's been helpful stuff in there. And I just want to close by saying thank you for all your comments. Clearly, a lot of us want to live a better life. We want to understand better ways of living our life. And, if we once dug holes in the dirt all day long, every day, and didn't have neck and back pain, and you got a kid on your back and you did that day in, day out, as Sarno said, our bodies are a lot stronger and a lot more amazing than we give credit to. And what has changed in our society that has us go to this place of being helpless. And I don't want us to be helpless. I want us to live rich, full, abundant, amazing, happy, healthy lives. And this is some information that there could be something in here that I've said that could help you. And I pray that for you. I believe in all of us. I know that we can all do it. And love and compassion to you, to be your best, to face what you've got to do. And like I said, I'm no expert, but this is something that is important to me. And leave me a comment if there's anything that I can discuss or share with you about my journey in more detail. Happy to do that. And God bless you all. I'm going to go now, and I will speak to you again very soon on another video. But thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful and inspiring, that you can live a life that is pain-free, and go do what you got to do. Ciao for now.